Howdy everyone, James here. Today we're going to be reviewing the Strymon Cloudburst. This has been out for a few months now. However, all the pre-orders in Melbourne kind of sold out, so this was pretty difficult to get a hand on one of these. The one that I bought was actually the last one in the shop, so I was pretty lucky with that. Anyway, as you know, Strymon's recently come out with a smaller size footprint of pedals. They just came out with the Brig, the Bucket Brigade Delay. So what this is essentially, I wouldn't call it a one-trick pony, but it's definitely not a BigSky. This isn't a mini BigSky at all. What this is it's a really lush reverb that has the ability to do some stuff that we haven't seen before. So to start off with, I got my Fender Player Telecaster going into my HX Stomp, completely dry, completely clean as well. So this is the clean tone at the moment. Completely dry. As you know, with most pedal demos, you got to start everything at noon. That's just the rules. I don't make them up. Just quickly, there we go. That should be okay. I'm going to start with the ensemble switch turned off, and then we'll turn it on a little bit later. Beautiful. Just sounds great already. Just out of the box, everything at noon just sounds awesome. So what I might do is I might turn up the decay and see what that gets us. Okay, yeah, so that lasts a really long time, and that's not even all the way up. I might turn down the decay, because what it sounds like to me is it sounds like the room size is actually changing the more you turn up the decay. So I'm wondering if you turn it down, it might sound like just a room. Yeah, it does. Okay. Yeah, so now it sounds like I'm in my bathroom playing the guitar. So that's really interesting, that the room is actually kind of changing the more you turn up the decay. I might go back to 12 o'clock and then turn the decay down, because I noticed there was a pretty big pre-delay there. Okay, yeah, that's really nice. So it's not directly immediate, but it's there's enough of a little gap there to where the guitar can come through that initial attack. What happens if I turn it down all the way? That's really nice. I'll turn up the pre-delay because this does some funny things when you turn it up. It's like a delayed effect, basically. So, okay, yeah, that's really trippy. So, do what you will with that. I don't think I'll have it turned up all the way very often. But yeah, each to their own, whatever you'd like to do with that. I'll turn up the mix mod, or the mix knob, and see what happens if I put it on 100. Cool, that's awesome. Turn down the mix and it should be pretty, yeah, very minimal. This mod control really gives like the flavor of the reverb. So I'll turn it all the way off and I think you might know what I mean. It almost kind of like turns it into basically a delay. So if I turn it up, I'll play an open chord. And this is what really brings it to life. If you turn it up, it starts to do some wacky stuff. And tone, you're going to really hear a lot of the highs when you turn it up. But you can turn up the tone and it's not completely unusable. So that's really nice. I'll turn down the tone and it will really makes it very subtle. Okay, so now what everyone's been raving about is the ensemble mode. Basically what this does is it turns the reverb into basically an entire orchestra of strings. So what I mean by that is I'll turn it on Mezzo piano. So what's going to happen is the lower strings are going to act like they're going to act like cellos, basically. And then the high strings are going to act like violas and violins. So let's go from off. Beautiful. We're going to go to Mezzo piano. Now this completely changes the pedal. Don't mind the mistakes. But yeah, it sounds so good. I haven't heard a reverb pedal do anything like this. When Shimmer first really came out, that was mind-blowing, and now this is next level. Oh, it's so good. So good. So if I go to Forte, that kind of amplifies that orchestra sound. So it'll be a little bit louder. So you're getting less of that reverb, but more of that just in-your-face orchestra. That naturally dies off, which is really nice. Still going. Still going. Wow. That's awesome. Some things to take note of. It does wacky things if you don't play something musical. So what I mean by that is if like you do a pick scratch, or if you're moving your hand on the strings. So doesn't really like that too much, but that's not the point. This is basically to just give your mix, especially in a live setting, just more air and headroom and just bring it to life. So what you may have noticed is just then we were playing in mono. In the intro, I was playing in stereo. So how I combat this, after watching an Anderton's video with Mike Dawes, he was shooting out different reverbs. And what he came across was if you put the Cloudburst into another reverb, then that would give him the stereo sound. You can go stereo from this pedal if you have a stereo TRS cable. Unfortunately, I don't have one of those, and I can understand why they did this, just to make the format a little bit smaller. Otherwise, if they were to put in stereo ins and outs, then basically it would be the size of a BigSky. And that's not really what they're going for. So what I've done is through Logic, I've opened up just a small stereo reverb. And so what it does is it really just spreads the entire orchestra kind of feeling, and it just sounds awesome. I'll let you have a listen. Awesome. Really cool. So what I wanted to test out was how this pedal would handle pitch shifters and stuff like that. So what I have set up currently on my Stomp is I have two dual harmonizers. And so basically if I play one or two notes, it turns it into like a polychord. So let's have a look. So that's currently set up on minor. I can change it to major and stuff like that. And it handles it really well. It's really nice. Yeah, so that's awesome. So it really is truly polyphonic. Yeah. The one thing I would suggest, I wouldn't suggest using a distorted tone. It just doesn't like this. You wouldn't want to be a lead guitarist using this, basically. You'd want to be a rhythm guitar player or just playing a rhythm part, just simple chords or nice chords, and it really brings it to life. That's kind of the whole point of this pedal. Big A plus from Strymon. This is an amazing pedal. I honestly do recommend this pedal. I don't really recommend Strymon pedals unless you really just want to commit to them, but this is an awesome pedal, and I don't think anything really matches this in terms of what it can do. So anyway, that's the review. Thank you for listening. Thank you for watching. Please do hit that subscribe button. Really means a lot. My last video kind of popped off and I didn't expect that at all. Yeah, please give it a share, give it a like, and yeah, keep watching my content if you want to see more stuff like this. Cheers.